Hi guys, and welcome to this short video on the basics of upper airway anatomy. Um, we're going to look at the basic structures from the nasal and oral cavities, moving down to the vocal cords. This is conventionally known as the upper airway. So here I have a little template, and I'm drawing in the nasal cavity. So this is a cross-sectional image, so what you're looking at is the nasal septum. And so at the back of the nasal cavity where the septum ends, it opens up into the nasopharynx, which is this red structure right here. And it's important to note that the eustachian tube opens up into the nasopharynx and leads out to the ears, and this helps with pressure equilibrium. So here I'm just drawing in the oral cavity. At the top you have your hard and soft palate, and at the bottom you have your tongue. So at the point that the nasopharynx and the oral cavity meet, they both open up into the oropharynx. Any obstruction beneath or at the oropharynx can be life-threatening because there's only one tube leading down to the lungs. Heading downward from the oropharynx, we have the laryngopharynx, which is continuous with the esophagus. So again, going back up to the oropharynx, now traveling towards the front of the neck, we have the larynx, which is a structure made of muscle and cartilage that holds the vocal cords. An important note here is the epiglottis, which is a flexible flap of cartilage that protects the larynx from food entry during the swallowing reflex. And as mentioned earlier, we have the vocal cords sitting around the middle of the larynx. And these are membranous folds of tissue that come out into the larynx, and often a foreign object that someone's inhaled will sit right on top of the vocal cords because there's quite a narrowing in the tube at this point. So the vocal cords would represent the end of the upper airway, as it's conventionally known as the airway from the nasal cavity and oral cavity down to the vocal cords. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.